We are very pleased to be here today, welcoming the Brigade of Gurkhas. They've had a difficult time getting here, but they've made sure they're here to perform. And I know you're going to be a great audience. They've got a few pieces for us this morning, and it is my very, very good pleasure to welcome their Director of Music, Sean O'Neill.
Hello! Okay, once more. Hello! Hello everyone, we're very happy to be here. We are the band of the Brigade of Gurkhas, and I'm Captain Sean O'Neill. I'm the Director of Music. Has any of you been on holiday and got on a plane? Did your suitcase make it to the other end? Okay, ours didn't. We have no uniforms. We're lucky to have our instruments, and we had no music. So my library team were up all night photocopying and downloading music so that we could make this happen for you, because we didn't want to cancel. It's really important that we support the British School here in Kathmandu, particularly as Gurkhas and such a big influence in the region. Do you know what instrument that was that came on? Bagpipes. Is it a good instrument or a bad instrument? Oh. Who thinks it's good? Who thinks it's bad? That's okay. It's meant to be both. In the old days, if there was a big battle, the Scots in Scotland would send hundreds of men with their bagpipes charging down the hill, playing them as loudly as possible. So in that sense, I suppose they're bad, because they're meant to scare people that they run away. But we have a very nice, not Scots, Nepali stroke Scots bagpiper today. Best bagpiper in 1RGR. Who thinks he's the best bagpiper they've ever heard? Yeah, we'll get him playing later and I'll ask you the same question. Okay, I know you're slightly older than the last group, but who knows this? Let's see if you remember the movements. Well done, you all remember the movements. So, I spoke about our bagpiper, but before we come to the next piece, who can name the instruments of the band? Anyone, shout them out. Trumpet. Trombones. Clarinets, anyone else? Drums. Trombones, yes, heard. Tuba. Okay, biggest instrument in the band, where is he? What's that? Bass drum. Makes a big noise, gives a big noise. Ah. So when the band don't look at me, which they should, the bass drum takes over and they can hear him. What's the smallest instrument in the band? Hold on. Smallest instrument, piccolo. Piccolo. What's the biggest brass instrument? Does anyone know? Tuba. There it is. Played by the biggest member of the band as well. Perfect. So we're going to reintroduce our famous best bagpiper in all of Nepal, Padam. He needs lots of breath. So what have we got inside us to breathe? Our lungs. Lungs. So he needs lots of big lungs. But it's so hard to play, he needs an extra lung, which is the bag that he uses with his arm. Gives a little tune. So he has to squeeze that extra lung with his elbow, as well as use these ones. Very difficult. So we're going to feature him now in a lovely piece of music, not warlike at all. Should make you nice and relaxed. A piece called Rose of Kelvin Grove. Thank you. Huge well done. Let's have a big round of applause for the best piper in the world. Well done, Paddy. You can see now why he needs the extra lung. It's very hard to play for that amount of time. Well done. Okay, sadly, because of COVID, and I heard your head teacher giving out to you, saying a 1 meter, social distancing still here, we have to keep everything quite short so that all the students get a chance to see and hear the music and the band. So our last piece now is a very famous pop music tune from when I was younger. Don't let the grey moustache and the grey hair fool you, I'm not that old. It was made very famous by a very big pop star at the time. You will recognise it, and I certainly know your teachers will, and your parents will. It's a piece called Thriller. By all means, it's quite poppy and fun. Clap your hands, make as much noise as you want and really enjoy it. Thriller, and then you'll hear the drums, we'll do our 3 pace rolls, which is a signal for our band to play our Band of Brigade of Gurkhas regimental march called Yona Pali. I know it was short, but I hope you've enjoyed yourself. It's fantastic to see you, and we hope to see you next year. Take care.
Didn't they do a fantastic job? Hasn't that woken you up this morning? They have been brilliant. I really appreciate the way that even our visiting band of the Brigade of Gurkhas represented our 5 C's today in terms of the challenges that they overcame, the creativity they put into their performances, the sense of community that they have in their band. I mean, all of those things that we value so much at TBS is obviously a great part of what they do as well. I think it has been wonderful having them here today. I would like us to give them another supersonic round of applause, please. And that applause is for every member of the band, for Captain Sean O'Neill, of course, but for every individual member who plays their part to make this come together so well. I'm going to ask the band to leave the Astro first, because you're going to have a break now. And students, if you stay where you are, you can follow after.